Hello crafty friends, it's Donna here, and I'm here today with part 1 of a 2-part series that uses these Animal Kingdom papers and embossed die cuts. Let's have a look at the papers first, shall we? This pack has 18 sheets in 3 sets of 6 double-sided sheets. I hope that makes sense. So what I'm showing you here with these 6 sheets is repeated another twice in the pack. One of the sides often has a black and white image, and the other side is a beautiful, bright, colourful one. As well as these papers, I'm going to be using the Animal Kingdom 1.0 and 2.0 embossed die cuts. You could use either pack. Both of them have these beautiful square images. In the 2.0 pack on the right, they're all together on one sheet, and in the 1.0 pack on the left, they're spread throughout. The other thing to notice is that the ones in the 1.0 pack are slightly bigger, and that will change how we use them. I'm going to make use of this Polaroid frame die. I think it's a fun idea to have snapshots of all these animals. This little tiger from the 2.0 slides around in the frame, but you can see that the fox from the 1.0 pack is very slightly bigger, as is this owl. So what I'm doing is I'm just sticky taping that to the back of my Polaroid frame. I'm going to add a piece of card at the bottom so that the whole element is the same height. And then I'm going to glue on a piece of never-ending foam from my craft room. I found another big sheet of it this week so that I can pop that up with a bit of dimension. Before we get on to constructing the cards, I'm going to show you a couple of ideas for those very slightly smaller panels. One idea is to just slot it inside with a little border around. I quite like that. Or you could keep that inside square and glue it to that and use it either inside the Polaroid frame or on its own. And that's exactly what I've done here. I've cut a beautiful background, exactly the size of my card, from one of the gorgeous forest papers in the Animal Kingdom pack, and added my Highland cow and a couple of sentiments from the Rainbow Poppies sentiments. This next card uses a great big hello die as the sentiment and that Polaroid picture, as well as a piece of the paper as a background. Every time I make one of these cards, I get left with a strip of paper about 2 inches wide by the height of the card, and we'll look at what to do with those strips in the next video. For the rest of this video, we're going to look at an idea for using a border die to give a really subtle sentiment, and also what to do with a busy background. I have this hello border die, and I'm putting that onto my Polaroid frame, inset just a little bit. Once I've cut that, I'm going to use another whole Polaroid frame as my base and glue all of the parts back down again. The frame, the word, and even the little inside pieces. And the resulting sentiment is lovely and subtle. This time around, I've used one of the smaller square images and glued that down onto one of the background squares and then popped it up with foam tape for some dimension. Finally, we have the last card of part 1 for this series. This is a gorgeous busy background paper, but I thought it might be a bit too much with that owl there. And so I've added a layer of vellum, and then I started playing around with sentiments. But this owl looks so disapproving that every sentiment comes out, "Welcome to the neighborhood," "Thanks," "Happy Valentine's Day," "Good luck," "Sending prayers," "Love, love, love." Everything just seemed ridiculous coming from the mouth of that owl. And so I had a lot of fun playing around with ideas before settling on a very quiet happy birthday. Now, vellum is a little bit tricky to work with because it does warp if it gets wet. And so I'm going to change from glue to double-sided tape for this layer that will be touching the vellum. That double-sided tape was peeling up a bit from my foam, so I've added the tiniest bit of glue right in the middle where that warping won't spread to the edges. I'll put this Polaroid image onto the vellum and then only put tape on the back where that Polaroid frame is going to hide any sticky tape. The rest of it can just fly free. So now we have 4 quick and easy cards, but also 4 strips of leftover paper. And we're going to come back with part 2 and use those strips up, or you can join in at part 2 on its own to use up some of those strips that you have lying around in your own crafty space. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Feel free to like and subscribe if that's your wish, and I'll be back soon with part 2. Bye for now.